You are not weak. Stop telling yourself that you're too weak to do this, you're too weak to do that. You have to ask yourself this one thing. Why do you think you're weak? Do you think you're weak because you're not smart enough? Do you think you're weak because you don't know how to do something? Do you think you're weak because of your failures and setbacks in your life? Don't let the past define on your weakness. Your weakness is a mentality. If you keep telling yourself you're weak, then yeah, you're weak. But if you let things define your weakness, then you have to let that go, knowing that you are strong enough to do what you have to do. And once you ask yourself why you think you're weak, you'll figure out, wow, maybe I'm not too weak. Maybe I am capable of doing this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you could do everything that you desire. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you can think of anything that you want to do and you can make it work. Because, hell, that probably won't be the reality truth. But it doesn't mean that you're weak. It's just knowing that you're smart enough to know what will work and what won't work in your life. So having this idea, mentality, is also understanding the fact that you are strong enough to do what you're capable of. If you have a dream, you have a goal that you know you can do, then you can do it. Even though that the competition might be high, even though the market might be saturated, it doesn't matter. You can still do it. You'll have the idea. You'll find that unique point that you can make this work. And listen, just because you don't know how to do something, just because you don't know where to start, doesn't define your weakness. Everyone starts somewhere. Not everyone will know where to start. Yeah, some people might have some unfair advantage that they might have a mentor. They might have a leverage. They might have someone that's already in that industry that they're trying to pursue. But just because they have an unfair advantage doesn't mean that you can't do it. Doesn't mean that you're weak on not being able to do it. You'll figure a way of how to start. You'll figure a way of how to start. So don't have the excuse of procrastinating that you're too weak. You can't do it. Because that is literally bullshit advice. That is literally BS. You can't talk like that. You can't think about that. That's such a weak mindset. The people that are weak are the people that don't start. The people that are weak are afraid of failure, are afraid of learning through the hardship in life. People that go through failures and hardship and setbacks are truly makes you stronger. And I know it sounds so motivational, but it's not. It's just the reality, the truth that I'm trying to give you guys. It's the advice that we needed to hear when we started. We need to hear when we keep telling ourselves that we are weak. You're not weak. Let that sink in for a sec. You are not weak. You are capable of doing what you gotta get done. But if you keep telling yourself you're weak, you'll never start. You'll never do it. I think at a point in my life where I thought I was weak was, oh gosh, probably back in high school. And I bring this up because I was weak in high school. I was a very scared, insecure kid. Didn't know what to do with my life. But I think what got me out of that mentality, what got me to become the person that I am today, by being well-spoken, by being very wisdom, by having all this idea in my mind, is the fact that just start. Have a pipe dream. Have a dream so crazy that people will laugh at it. And there are a lot of big dreams that I had maybe 5 or 10 years ago, thinking that this is going to work. And here I am now that it didn't work. But that doesn't really define my weakness. It didn't really define my failures or setbacks. It just made me more disciplined. It made me become more consistent of what I want to get done. Even though this idea didn't work out, another idea will work out. So when you feel like you're weak, think of a big dream that you have. Is it to make $1 million in a year? Is it to buy a $5 million house? Is it to get your dream car? Is it to travel all around Europe or all around Asia? And understanding that no matter how big the dream is, you can still make it work. It might not work out as accordingly. It might not work out in timely matters for your satisfaction, but eventually it will work out. Another thing is that it's a mentality game. What you tell yourself will reflect on your action. There's only very few things that we have control of. We don't have control of how we can make more money. We don't have control of how to make $1 million. We don't have control of when something will work out. We don't have control of being in a relationship. But what we do have control of what we eat, what we tell ourselves, what we say to ourselves, what we see, what we think of. This is what we have in control of. So if you have control of what you could say to yourself, and you keep saying to yourself, I'm weak, I can't do it, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, then you will be. But if you tell yourself that I can make this work, it might take me a little, maybe I'm a slow learner, maybe I'm not the best person for this field yet, but eventually I will be, because my discipline, my consistency will outbeat any talent. And when you have this mindset, you start to realize, wow, I can make this work. Wow, I do have the ability to make this work. But you won't have the ability if you keep telling yourself that I'm too weak. And I had an email not too long ago. Someone sent me an email. They were asking about, how do we start? I'm too weak. And instantly when I seen that, I knew that this person needed a wake-up call. This person needed to realize that you are not weak. You are someone now. You are capable of doing it right now. And that's when I emailed her. That's what I told her. I was like, you have to let go of the idea that you are weak. What is defining your weakness? What is something that you think that you're weak of? Why? Why do you think you're weak? And once you figure out this will most likely help you in the idea of how to overcome your weakness. Listen, I can't sit here and tell you why you're weak. I can't sit here and tell you like who you are as a person, because everyone does have their reason of why they believe that they can't do something. Maybe it is because of your knowledge. Maybe it is because of your background. Maybe it is because of the people that you are surrounded with. But also understanding the fact that it is all up to you. You have the chance, you have the opportunity to make a difference, to make that idea that you can overcome your weakness. And again, don't let your failures or setback really define your weakness. Just because you failed, just because things didn't work out accordingly, it doesn't mean you're weak now. It honestly makes you stronger. You know, it's like the saying, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And I know a lot of people hate that saying, but it's very true in that point of view, and that aspiration in your life, of wherever you are in life. Because people that try, people that do, people are the go-getters, are willing to fail, are willing to sacrifice, are willing to have setbacks. Because they know that even if they think they're weak, they're not weak of knowing that they tried. But that's going to be it for today. I hope that did help someone change their mentality or their idea in life of like, they're not weak. And if it did, I'm glad. But I'm going to get going. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a good one and peace.